So Yanis is about to present. Yanis comes from USP College, which is part of Harlow Center for Excellence. And Harlow has 3 partners who participated this year on the action research. Harlow College itself was working on maths clinics. Northampton worked on maths labs, which is similar to maths clinics. And USP went for a fantastic, innovative idea, which Yanis is going to explain. And it was bought by his boss, Seval, who was director for English and Maths at the time, but she's got a different role now. But yes, so part of Center for Excellence in Harlow, and I'm just handing you over to Yanis, who will do the presentation on this app that they have developed.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yanis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Well, guys, I'm going to show you my action research project on how to use augmented reality technology in GCSE research students. Right. What happens is at the foundation level at GCSE maths, students are struggling to answer questions with problem-solving activities. And they've experienced failure at secondary school for many reasons. And because of this, they lack confidence. And when they see complicated problems, they're struggling to answer this. And what happens is, in class, you think they can answer them, but when it comes to exam questions, which require 2 or 3 skills, they feel very uncomfortable, they panic, and they don't attend the questions. And then, obviously, they don't score well. And as it stands now, the pass rate for maths is around 60%, or was last year around 60%. So as it is now, 40% of students, they leave the secondary school without getting a grade 4, and they come to colleges. And then when they come to the colleges, in most courses, the minimum grade is 4. And especially now the new GCSE is a bit more challenging, so it's harder for them to achieve a grade 4. At USP College, I've been very lucky. We've been investing a lot on technology. We've done a lot of work for long distance learning. I've been pioneering a new platform with huge success. But as far as the augmented reality, my collaborator, Seval, she had the idea of using augmented reality to make maths a bit more accessible. I was introduced, and then I further developed the idea. And we work with an AR company which delivers software for large supermarkets. They're trying to make the products very attractive. So Seval said, how about if you try to do this with maths? It was sounding really attractive at the time, and I went ahead and I developed further. So what we did was we selected the most challenging GCSE questions from the foundation paper. The questions where the students are struggling really badly. And in my college, we follow this acronym, IDAC. If you ever come to my college, you hear everywhere, either identify or discover. What we do is, our students, we ask them to identify what skills they need to tackle the problems. And then we encourage them to discover the next part. And then to apply the skill for other problems, and then to check. I was partly very fascinated with Discover. Discover, I've been a teacher for a long time, and I think discovering is very important for the students. Otherwise, the lessons are very boring. You don't want them to be in a maths lesson where it's boring. So I've used a lot of colors, and I wanted to make my questions really attractive. So the idea is that students identify the skills they need to solve the problem, and then they make the next step. And then they will apply it, and then they will check. But AR comes over here, okay, into identify, into discover. So what we do is, I've demonstrated this in one of the conferences, I think before Christmas. We have a tablet. I wish I could show you this now, but I don't want my presentation to go bad. Okay, the students, they point at the GCSE question with a tablet. Okay, on the tablet, so on the question at the top, there's a marker, like a barcode, and this activates the AR. And then as it turns around, I'm going to show you. Actually, I'm going to go beyond this. Okay, look. This is the actual question. Now, I've been a teacher for a long time, and I've discussed this with many of my colleagues. Students are struggling to answer this question. It's hard. And this question is worth 4 marks. Many students, they struggle to get a grade 4 for 1 or 2 marks. They come very close, then they lose it, and they feel very disappointed. Now, what we've done is with AR is, as I've explained, the tablet points at the question. And then suddenly they see this, which is fantastic. And then you can ask them questions. What's this? And then all of them can see what is an equilateral triangle. All of them can see it. And then we go to the next step, and then they see the next picture. And then they see an isosceles triangle. And all of them can do isosceles triangles. And then they link everything together. And then you ask them, what is the yellow angle? And then once you know the yellow angle, you can work out the rest. Okay? So let me show you again. This is the very challenging GCSE question. And then this is what we do with AR. The tablet points, and they get this beautiful picture. They see the equilateral triangle. And then they see the isosceles triangle, and then they have a go. Okay, let me show you now what I've done to test the impact of our technique. I've taught the same topic in 2 different classes. The first class, I was using my online resources and other resources. In the next class, I've used AR. Now, these are my results with a class where I did not use AR, so no AR, no augmented reality. As you can see, this question was worth 4 marks. It was devastating. 8 students, nothing. They just left the question. 5 of them, they got 1 mark, and only 1 of them managed to get 2 marks. Now, in the other class, I've used augmented reality, and I let them discover and solve the question. And you can see the results. Almost everyone at least got 1 mark, at least 1 mark. 2 students, they got 2 marks. 7 students, they achieved 3 marks. And 5 students, they achieved full marks, 4 marks. What it was very good is the feedback from the first class, the class with AR. As you can remember, very poor results, okay? And the feedback was, I cannot solve this. This question is so difficult. I am struggling. I cannot do this. It is impossible. And I can sympathize with them. Okay, now the other class with the fantastic results. Right, I understand this. This question is okay. And then this really positive, I can do this. And as well, this as well was very positive. I have done most parts. And I was really pleasantly surprised because, you know, this works. You know, they can see maths in a different way. Following this, I've really, you know, pioneered this and encourage all my colleagues and try to convince all of them, even some of them who have a fear for technology, to go ahead and use AR. In total, we have developed 15 tasks. And as I said earlier, I've demonstrated this in one of the conferences, so people have seen it. And I wish I could have shown you this. I'm really scared though, because just in case if my camera doesn't work out properly. That's it, right? Thank you very much.